Hello, this is Scott, part of Fandom Knight and also Action Video Game Talk. And I'm making this video because this bit of news can't exactly wait. Unfortunately, the president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, if I got the sorry if I'm butchering the name wrong, Satoru Iwata. I guess sorry if I'm butchering the name, but President of Nintendo has passed away. And actually if I got this right, we just heard about this yesterday. Well, technically yesterday, but this is being recorded on July 13th. But technically July 13th at like 1:15 a.m. And the news broke kind of yesterday, not tonight, but yesterday in the early afternoon that he passed away on the 11th. Now, news like this getting delayed usually happens. I mean, it happened with, I think, the actor Christopher Lee. It kind of happened with, I think, the professional wrestler, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes recently. There's a lot of iconic people passing away lately. I mean, even look at Leonard Nimoy. I mean, there's some icons that are passing away that is more or less become not only shocking but devastating. Now, Mr. Iwata, I know I'm going to keep going over his name over and over until it sounds right to me. He was mostly known in some of these Nintendo Direct videos, is mostly where we've seen him, because recently he was having some health issues. But let's take a look a little bit at his career, if you will. He actually began with a company called HAL Laboratory, which was involved with some original Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games like Balloon Fight, Earthbound, which has kind of a cult following, and some Kirby games. And with HAL Laboratories, he was kind of involved in some of the Pokemon games as well, plus some on the 64. And in 2000, he took up a position at Nintendo, where eventually he became the 4th president. And when he became president, this was around the time that the Gamecube was released and it was doing poor performances. So they also had the Game Boy Advance, and I think the Advance SP, stuff like that, micros. So he was around during these bad times and kind of during the good times of Nintendo. He helped bring in the Nintendo DS, the Wii, probably helped out with the 3DS, and also the Wii U, which some people say that the GameCube and the Wii U are kind of the bad part of his career. But the fact is, those are two great systems. They have great games. GameCube had a lot of great games, and the Wii U is still making great games. Now, as president of Nintendo, he did help with the work of the Legend of Zelda, some Mario, and Animal Crossing games. And then there's also the WarioWare Smooth Moves. He played a cameo in that, apparently. Now, in 2014, Nintendo announced that he wouldn't be present at the E3 in 2014. Let me try it again. So in 2014, Nintendo announced that he wouldn't be present at the E3 that year. And, you know, they later revealed that he was doing some surgery for a tumor in his bile duct, DUCT, which is kind of what became the complications to end his life. Now, he was 55, so he did live a good long life. From what I'm reading, they're planning to have the funeral on July 17th, and people are putting out all kinds of different tributes, memes as tributes too. And as far as I know, they could try and maybe program some tributes for him into future games. I know when the news first broke, it was like in the afternoon. And once it broke, I shared it, and then it was more or less spreading, I know, all across Facebook. So a lot of people knew that this had happened. And when the news first broke, you think, well, this is weird, and you had to check it just to make sure it wasn't one of those made-up death websites. But it was real. It actually happened, because it would kind of explain why we didn't really see him during this year's E3 Nintendo Direct video. Although we kind of had his presence when they made a puppet based on him. Now, there was a video made for Fandom Knight that more or less discussed Mr. Iwata. Like again, I say sorry if I'm butchering the name, but there's a little video that was made over there. I will put a link down below to, show you where that video is. Also down below, I will have the link to the Fandom Knight page. You can go and check them out, the actual website. There's also going to be Facebook page. I'll probably have the link down for Action Video Game Talk. Heck, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to be watching on my main channel where I post Action Video Game Talk. But as I stated, this is some news that couldn't wait for like a later episode for me to actually get around to it. I had to do this as soon as possible. So, Mr. Iwata has done a lot for the gaming industry, a lot for the Nintendo fans. So, I think on behalf, as much as I could say, which I said with the Fandom Knight video, all I can think of saying is just thank you for what he's done.